Welcome back. For the first time in 24 years, a Russian leader is set to visit North Korea. That's starting tomorrow. There was a lot of speculation about a possible trip by Vladimir Putin after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un visited Russia last September. Russia says the two countries may sign a partnership agreement that would include security issues, but they assure us would not be directed against other countries. Okay, so joining us now to discuss the importance of this visit is retired Army General Wesley Clark. He is the former NATO Supreme Allied Commander. General Clark, thanks for joining us very much. So what are these two leaders up to? I mean, Kim Jong-un has an arsenal at his disposal, not only nuclear weapons, but is supplying Russia with much-needed artillery and other battlefield weapons as it brings the war to Ukraine.
That's right. You said it. He's providing munitions. He's providing artillery, apparently some tanks. And so I'm sure the meeting is about how can Putin get more of it and what's it going to cost him. And he's got plenty of technology to give. And he's got plenty of international support to give to Kim Jong-un. And Kim Jong-un has a pretty robust armaments industry. Makes his own artillery, got some long-range artillery, the so-called Koksan guns. He's got a lot that he could offer Putin in sort of basic military stuff.
Okay, and so what does Vladimir Putin have to give him in exchange? I guess money's the obvious answer, but what's the advantage for Kim Jong-un to take Putin's side in this war that he's prosecuting in Ukraine?
You always need more military technology. Things like night vision, electronic warfare, maybe some more modern aircraft, some training systems, some sniper rifles, and some things as drones, giving the North Koreans some insight into what the battlefield is like. You bring some intelligence people in, you mix them in with the units, maybe even some soldiers from North Korea, and let them learn some lessons, because the North Korean army hasn't fought in 70 years. So they might, Kim might think that it's a good thing to get some of the soldiers out there, get their hands dirty, see some real combat.
Okay, so the United States has just given Ukraine $60 billion. But on the other side of the world, there are, what, 35,000 U.S. troops stationed in South Korea along the demilitarized zone outside of Panmunjom. This strengthens this trade, and this alliance between Putin and Kim Jong-un strengthens North Korea. What should and can the United States be doing to try to break this link?
That's a good question, but there are some things you just don't break easily, and this is one of them. In fact, it's actually working the other way, because North Korea has been under a bunch of sanctions and restrictions, and for a while, Russia was supporting things like what was called the Missile Technology Control Regime, which was inhibiting the transfer of ballistic technology to and from North Korea. Russia sort of moved away from supporting any of that. They're not supporting us at the UN. And so Russia is bit by bit forming a bloc of nations that will work with Russia and cooperate against the United States.
Well, that's scary. Final question, and this is a little bit of a change of subject. The Biden administration is trying to get Wall Street journalist Evan Gershkovich out of jail. He's got a hearing starting this week in just a couple of days. It's, for all intents and purposes, the start of his trial. What should the Biden administration be doing? What leverage do they have to try to get him out of Russia before this farce continues?
You know, it's a real trade-off. I mean, obviously, the administration is going to say they're going to do everything possible, but we're just taking $50 billion of Russian earnings. We put new sanctions on Russian trading and so forth. And you have to decide sort of which way you come down on foreign policy. If you really believe Russia's the aggressive nation that they are, they invaded Ukraine unprovoked, then you have to ask yourself, what can you reasonably give that doesn't compromise your principles and your major foreign policy objectives? Mr. Gershkovich, I mean, it's a terrible thing. It's a dilemma that Russia has played with. Obviously, he's done nothing wrong. He's not a spy. This is just an effort to get Mr. Biden and the administration to compromise on the hard line they've taken.
All right. Four-star General Wesley Clark, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.